Well, hello, Robert Heffernan with EndoTech. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our daily show talking cryptocurrencies, assets in the matrix. I am a master endotechnician. I trade in the matrix. I trade totally digitally with the mouse in my hand. I used to do a lot of this and a lot of that, but now it's just point and click. Anyway, we talk cryptos. Let's do the rounds and talk some things cryptos. You know, doing the rounds is my chance to talk about a headline, a tweet, a story, an article, a thought. You know, a thought, it just bang, it's in your. That's an old joke. We do jokes on a different segment, not Blockchain Vitals. Anyway, this was a tweet that led to a story in Forbes, and it is from Cameron Winklevoss, one of the Winklevoss twins, those little guys. With the starting of the Gemini exchange. They know a little bit about technology, and they've worked long and hard, and the article is very interesting here. Anyway, the article talks about how Starbucks, Nordstrom, Whole Foods, and a whole bunch more of companies have signed up for a payment mechanism, and I want to, because I had never heard of this before, so let me go to the article and just tell you the name of it. All right, it's the Spend app, and it's spelled SPEDN, kind of the hodl or hold trend that we have. You misspell something most of the time by accident, and then it catches on, and people just, it's kind of like, it's the old hood talk, man. It's your old neighborhood talk that's going on here. Anyway, it's built by a little-known payment startup called Flexa. And you can wave the QR code in front of the Honeywell scammer, and you can pay for your drink, for instance, at Starbucks with cryptocurrency. And the incredible thing here is the Winklevoss brothers invented their own, like the Gemini dollar, which is on the Ethereum blockchain. And there you go. And Cameron says this is incredibly important as we have finally realized the promise of crypto and payments. He goes on to say, it's taken a long time, but as you can see for yourself, we're here. It's a total win for the merchants. That transaction was effectively free. Now, they do have some, we'll call it foreign exchange risk or some crypto risk because they accepted crypto for a good or service, and that crypto has a fluctuating value as opposed to the fiat currency that you pay your light bill in. But anyway, the other thing that's interesting in the article is that although there's tons and tons of companies that have gone along with this beta of this, not a lot of them want to talk about it. So they had to do some digging here. Well, now companies now officially accepting these cryptocurrencies, according to Flexa, are Barnes & Noble, Baskin-Robbins, Bed Bath & Beyond, Caribou Coffee, Crate & Barrel, Express, GameStop, Jamba Juice, Lowe's, Nordstrom's, Office Depot and Max, Petco, Regal Similars, Ulta Beauty, and Amazon-owned Whole Foods, which must tell me that Amazon is not very far behind in fully integrating and accepting crypto. It is, man. It is a big, big, big deal here. And I read another article that was very interesting on how money is one of those last things that has been coveted by the state. And, not this past consensus, but the one before, I watched an in-depth discussion with the St. Louis Fed governor. And, there was a lot of history in the U.S. of A. where the dollar was not the only currency printed. Lots of banks printed their own currency. They were called bank notes, and you could have a J.P. Morgan note or a Chase note. And he said, it evolved away from that because people decided it was easier and simpler to carry one bill that they knew the value was. It was hard to keep track of all these different bank notes and what their actual value really was. Well, I got to tell you, I don't think that's a problem anymore. With the age of information technology, you pretty much know what any cross is worth in real time at any particular time. And so, very interesting here. Now, you've also seen a U.S. House of Representatives out of California saying that we should ban cryptos because the government uses to great effect, uses currency and the SWIFT system not a T-Mobile commercial. A swift system to leverage their foreign policy, right? And they can put nations on watch lists. They can curtail their banking ability very simply by controlling the money supply or the ease of transfer of money. And that is one of the big things here in crypto that going forward, as money becomes just another commodity that people, that people actually compete for, functionality, ease of use, all these different things that are being hashed out now in the blockchain and these different entities. Very interesting to see how this all shakes out, I got to tell you. But it is a big, big deal now that major swaths of retailers are going to start accepting crypto, and we shall see how this all pans out. Anyway, all of this leads at the end of the day to price discovery. Like, well, what is it actually doing for the price of things? Demand for these cryptocurrencies increases. It'd be interesting to see how that evolves also. So, you know what? Let's take the vitals and talk about that. Taking the vitals, my chance to talk the actionable trading information going on in the space. And right now, Bitcoin trading, hold on, let's get the actual price, at Bitfinex. How about this? It just blows me. At Bitfinex, 80.55 now, and actually higher at Coinbase and Bitstamp, 81.08. At Coinbase, both of those are right around there, 81.08, 80.57 at Bitfinex. The sheets numbers are driven by Bitfinex pricing. Keep that in mind. I thought we had a doji day working here, but they were able to keep them a little bit higher, away from that doji formation on the daily chart. As I've said the last couple of broadcasts here, I took my chips off the table and I took them off early, as I thought that monthly momentum level would hold down at 71.38. It for sure didn't. Anyway, I'm sitting on the sidelines, and maybe if you're new to the space, you get to play right along with me as I am waiting for an entrance point that, first of all, I can be disciplined with. And, it's hell and gone from where we're trading right now. Is that up momentum levels all the way down at 71.66 on the daily. That monthly momentum level is in that same area. The weekly is way lower than that. So I got to be patient here, though. I got to be patient. I'm hoping that we trade sideways for a while here. I would rather that we trade sideways and eventually that momentum level will catch up on that daily fractal. I don't mind buying it then, but I don't want to buy it here and then risk $900 to where I really want to buy it at 71.66. Patience is one of the greatest attributes you can have as a trader or an investor by that matter. Be patient, man. Wait for your trade setup. Listen, man, in 30 years of trading, there was a great trader in the Deutschmark pit years ago, Saul Kaufman. He said it always trades your price again. Now, that was usually said in jest when something was very far in your can and you were losing a ton of money on a position. Saul would say, don't worry, it always trades your price again. Well, you can go broke before it does, but by and large, you usually revisit pricing. So I have to be patient here in Bitcoin. I need to be patient. I'm going to there are some other trade setups that look intriguing, right? And some of these crosses, some of these things that haven't had the exponential move that Bitcoin has, maybe can catch up. And so I'm looking at some of those things, and I'm being patient. All right, listen, I'm going to cover XRP and Ether and Litecoin here, but you need to be an EndoTech subscriber to capture all of the actionable trading information given by me in this segment and at EndoTech.io. So please go to EndoTech.io and subscribe so you have at your fingertips all of the actionable trading information offered by us. So thank you very much for watching on YouTube, and please go subscribe, and I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube.